and good morning, everyone. Welcome back to GEW. I am Shantae Keller with KC SourceLink. I'm the network navigator, and no, I am not introducing this session. I'm actually presenting in this session. So I am going to go over the resources that are available for your business here in Kansas City. So as an entrepreneur in small business, sometimes we can get these confused or not identify as an entrepreneur or not identify as a small business. But in Kansas City, entrepreneurship is made up of very specific group of individuals. So that 1% is that second stage business that we sometimes identify that are growing and expanding to new markets. But there's only 1% of that here in Kansas City. There's actually only 1% innovation led. So these are your app developers, your new products, things of that nature. 24% of entrepreneurs are part of those Main Street businesses, businesses that build the community that you identify as a part of you and your neighbors. And then 74% are micro enterprises. These are your solopreneurs, so people that decided they want to work for themselves, people that are selling on Etsy, people that maybe run a small business in their part-time. So the reason I share this with you is because as I say small business and entrepreneurs throughout my presentation, please know that I am including everyone in that conversation, and we do have support for all stages of business, no matter if you are in the idea stage all the way up to maturity. We are here to help, and Kansas City looks a lot more like you than you might think. So as I said, and as many of you've seen our team and are part of our support organizations, we are KC SourceLink. KC SourceLink is a nonprofit organization that connects small businesses and entrepreneurs to the resources they need to start and grow their business. KC SourceLink does work with an 18-county region, which does extend into Kansas and Missouri. So there are resources for everyone. And if you are outside of the Kansas City area and you're viewing this from a different part of the country, just know that we are the pilot program, but there are other US SourceLink programs throughout the United States. So if you're farther out in Kansas, there is Network Kansas. If you're farther out into Missouri, there is Missouri SourceLink. So also KC SourceLink, these resources that we're working with, you might say, oh, it's a template or something that you're going to send me. And sure, we have those, but when I say resources, I'm referring to a network of over 240 resource partners. These are nonprofits, government entities, educational entities that are providing services to your business at below market value, so very low cost or at no cost. Anytime you work with us, there's absolutely no charge, which is usually exciting for a lot of people, but also the people we refer you to is often no charge as well. And if you're like, hey, Shantae, great, how do I get connected with all these resources? Do I just call you? Absolutely. You can just call us, you can email us. But also we've developed some tools that allow you to explore the resources that exist in the community, and also help you develop the questions you need to ask to make yourself successful. Because a lot of the times we'll say we need everything when what we need to do is focus on where we are right now so that we can move forward. So one of the tools that KC SourceLink has created is our Resource Navigator. This is a search engine. So think about if you went to Google, you'd type in what you need, and you're going to populate all of these different websites and services, and you'll know that those websites and services are often the people that pay to be at the top of that list. So you're often going to pay for their services. So instead of going to a popular search engine, you can come here, put in your information, your zip code, what you're needing, a little bit about you, and you can see the resources, which are those nonprofits, government entities, and educational entities that provide those services at low to no cost. So if you are just wanting to know what's out there, you want to dig deeper into the nonprofits that exist in the community, pop into here, start to see what is out there that can help you. Because oftentimes we'll have this feeling of overwhelm because we think we have to do it on our own. But why KC SourceLink exists is so you don't have to do it alone. So make sure you pop onto our website. It's the orange box right there on the homepage. You can click here and look through those resources. So all of those 240 resources are here, and we are adding them all the time. We just added the Porterhouse KC, the Black Mastermind Group, Piper Schools. Those are some of just our brand new resource partners that are being created to provide service for you at this time. We've also, if you've seen any of these around, we've created a resource rail. So it has those, remember those entrepreneur paths, how we talked about those earlier, innovation, Main Street, micro enterprise, those are the key. But it also has a trail of concept to maturity of what resources exist along the way. It also tells you kind of where you are in the path. So if you're in the idea stage or your concept stage, then you can see what your next steps are. If you look at the whole picture right up front, sometimes it can feel a little overwhelming, but if you take it in bite sizes, you'll see that there are people along the way that can help. We have printed versions of these if we ever get to see you face to face again, but if you want to download this from our website, you're more than welcome to do so at kcsourcelink.com, and you can just search in the top right corner, resource rail, and it'll pop up and you can download it and give it a look. If you have gone to the Resource Navigator and have used the resource rail and you're like, okay, now I have more questions and I can't remember Shantae's name and I don't know what her email address is, but I remember I can go to their website, kcsourcelink.com. If you go under resources, there's an option for a personalized action plan. So what this is you'll fill out information about you and your business, and you'll ask that question. The question you have gotten to based off of what your hurdles are, kind of what resources you think you need. You'll tell us who you are, what you need, and we will actually craft up a personalized action plan and email that directly to you. That'll come from a personal email or work email for one of our staff. So that opens up that connection. So you can look into the resources that they provided based on what you need. And then as you move through that and you develop additional questions or additional needs, you could always email them right back right there and get additional support. So there, as I said, 240 plus resources. It is not your job to understand what they do, why they do it. It is our job. So it's KC SourceLink's objective to make sure that you only have to worry about the 1 or 2 organizations that can help you specifically with your need. And how we can do that is by personalizing that action and sending that out to you. Now you're like, great, I have these resources, I have these questions, but maybe my questions are too many or too specific and I'm not sure how to ask them. We want to talk to you. We have a tool that is Meet with the Navigator. So if you want to sit and have a face-to-face or a Zoom to Zoom for right now, you can sign up to have a one-on-one meeting with one of our amazing navigators. They will sit, their objective is to listen to you, understand what you need, and to make sure that you are connected to the right person that can provide you support. We much prefer to have this one-on-one conversation with you or have a phone conversation with you so that we can kind of drive into what the need or want is for your business. Because oftentimes if we're viewing something as a whole, we have a hard time being able to chip away at it. But if we can talk about where you are, what you need right now, and kind of drive into where you are, we can get you connected so you can ask the questions and get the answers you need to move forward so that the big picture isn't so overwhelming. So please connect with us here on the Navigator, or you can always give us a phone call. We're always available by phone and email, and we're happy to support. So as I said, we have no charges for any of these services because our sole purpose is to help you be successful here in Kansas City. We are the hosts of Global Entrepreneurship Week, along with some of our amazing partners and sponsors. So this is the biggest celebration of entrepreneurship in Kansas City. So you're here, you're doing it, and we're so excited to have you here, and we're so thankful for your patience as we try this thing virtual for the first time. Usually we have a headquartered location where thousands of people join and meet, and they have an opportunity to build build a community and meet face to face with a lot of different individuals in Kansas City. I hope you're still doing that here on our virtual platform. Please go to attendees and send a conversation starter question to some people on there, or stop by the hallway to get connected, because that is really what makes Kansas City so great, is that we have an investment in each other and we want to build that community. So I did get a question. What is our phone number? Our phone number is 816-235-6500. And I'll ask Stephanie to put that in the chat if she could. She's my amazing behind the scenes lady, so communicating with you. So she'll put that in the chat, and that's 816-235-6500. So as I was saying, getting connected, so giving us a call is a way of getting connected, but making sure you're building that peer-to-peer support system here in Kansas City. Hop on over to those networking rooms. If you click on the networking tab, there's the hallway tab, and then we have some Find Your Tribe tabs. So fun questions, you can pop in there. It's just a Zoom room. Click on the button, it opens up, and you can see other individuals there, get connected, build that community here in Kansas City. If you're like, hey, Shantae, this has been great, but is it only one time a year? This festival in Kansas City, technically, but GEW really is just shining the light on how much work is being done here in Kansas City. KC SourceLink has one of the most comprehensive calendars in Kansas City for business events. So here is where you'll see the events that are happening from our partners, community organizers. Anyone can post an event on our calendar if it is supportive and focused to entrepreneurs, small businesses at low to no cost to the community, is not a solicitation. So if you have a networking event and you're just trying to get connected with people and you want to post it on this calendar, you're more than welcome to go to the website and submit your event, and one of us will review it and get that posted up on the space. And then also our partners have access to put their events on here. So many of these events happen throughout the year, so you can always stay connected, always learn something new. Hop in on your lunch break, have a webinar playing while you learn and eat. You can keep your cameras off then too, and it'll be perfectly fine. So get connected on the calendar. Our awesome marketing team works with people throughout the community to create a blog. So if you are more of a reader, you like to see the information to learn it, then you can come here and get access to some vital information and smaller bites. A lot of these will link out to partners that provide service relating to the blog and additional information as well. Another aspect, we like to celebrate and highlight entrepreneurs throughout the year. So we have entrepreneur in action stories where we point out someone who's doing amazing things in the community and try to highlight them. So if you know someone who's doing just awesome things in the community and you think they should be celebrated, let us know. And if we, we'll always reach out if we want to get connected to you as well. So we want to, as I said, free marketing for small businesses who are just making this community even better. So KC SourceLink, as I said, forward facing, we connect entrepreneurs and small businesses to the resources they need. Behind the scenes, what we are doing is we are creating an ecosystem. So those 240 partners, we are actively working with them to identify gaps in service in the community and identify needs for support in the community so that we can move Kansas City forward together. So when COVID hit, when this pandemic struck, the CARES Act funding and all the questions and confusions around all of the services that were being provided were overwhelming for our business owners. And they're already in that space where they can't, really focus on what they're doing. So we did that for them. If you go to our website, on the top of that page, you can see resources for your businesses. Has your business been affected by COVID-19? You can come here, you can see all of the grants that have been formed, all the loan options at low rates that are being provided, videos on how to get connected to those grants and services, workshops that have been hosted to answer some of the questions about applying for those funds. So dig in here. This is constantly being updated in real time. If a new support package comes out, we're going to update this really hard with all that information. But anytime a grant or funding comes available, this is going there, as I said, again, updated in real time. And then I got a question. So is this a temporary site for this event, or is it permanent? So KC SourceLink is a permanent site. GEWKC.org exists always, but it gets swapped over. So it kind of becomes dormant in the time that it's not being used. However, this year, we are going to be adding all of the recorded primetime events to our GEWKC.org website. That won't happen right away. We have to get these all downloaded. As I said, this is our first time. We're gonna get all of these downloaded from this platform, get them added to that GEWKC.org website so you can see those. But the resources I'm talking about in general are on the kcsourcelink.com website, so you can access them there. So both websites will be active going forward, and you can find information in both places. So yeah, absolutely. Sorry, I'm boggling through answering questions on one form and slides on the other. So thank you for your patience. So as I said, we are here to build an ecosystem. At one point, we were working with the Greater Kansas City Chamber, and we still work with them, but then also the Mid-America Regional Council to figure out what the 6 pillars are of creating an ecosystem that can help entrepreneurship thrive in Kansas City. Well, what those 6 pillars were, we decided were getting connected to resources, awareness of the city and the support, a pipeline, talent, networked capital, and corporate engagement. So we think that we've done a good job and researched and tracked. When I say we think, it means we have surveyed, processed different information and done a lot of research. So we know that people are getting connected to resources. An awareness for Kansas City and the support that exists here has become strong. We have worked on creating a pipeline of funding and innovation. Whiteboard to Boardroom, which I'll touch on later, they are creating a pipeline of innovation between the entrepreneur and institutions like hospitals and educational facilities, and then talent. So back to KC's, trying to get Kansas Cityans who have gone off to do great things back here to do great things, and keep the talent right here in Kansas City, and working with businesses to create a place for people to grow. Networked capital, we're making sure that the awareness of what the greatness that is happening in Kansas City is shared all around, so that investors want to invest here, and you know, technology grants and things are being pushed into the community to help them grow. It still needs work, as you can see on the slide, but it's something that we are focusing on. And then also corporate engagement is a new focus. So we know that the value of a dollar when reinvested in the community is great. So making sure that corporate businesses here in Kansas City understand how great our entrepreneurs are and getting them to invest back into entrepreneurs. That is our focus right now. We think it needs some strengthening. So we have a plan in place to help work with corporations and organizational partners to help grow this initiative. We know it's working, and why we do it is to make Kansas City the most entrepreneurial city in America. We've seen, as of 2013, Kansas City was not mentioned on any lists, but as of 2017 to 2019, you can see that Thumbtack said that we were the #1 city for millennial entrepreneurs. Oh goodness, I am a millennial and I struggle. Millennial entrepreneurs, and that we're some of the 3rd best city for jobs. So we're getting noticed, and the work we're doing is visible. So, and all that can do is make Kansas City a better place for everyone. So as I said, we touch on Whiteboard to Boardroom. They have had their hands in supporting over 400 homegrown innovations that are now available for commercialization through 22 regional partners. That includes medical devices, drug development software. I-70 is the animal health corridor. So there is huge advancements in animal health. If you have an animal health business or an idea, you are in the right place. That pipeline of innovation is helping grow not only those institutions, but entrepreneurs, and the working together to create a greater Kansas City. Kansas City, also, we have noticed that we've tried to create a pipeline for funding, because we know that businesses, there's a gap. There's a gap from that starting technology, that great idea, to that equity investment stage, right? So how do we fill that? So we've been working with partners to try to get some funding into that rollout stage, proof of concept stage. Those very early stages, are often friends and family, or selling your product, selling what you're making is so important. Because, and why we've been trying to do that is because we see that half of the venture capital funded companies in 2019 had received early stage investment. So focusing there and getting people through the valley of death, to be in a place where they are visual to investors and ready for that sort of investment is important. So that's been our focus. We're trying to move from that weak spot to getting some great traction there. So we know it's important, and we're working on it, and we've heard a lot of businesses request support in that area. So it is something that we are working with the community to develop. And then we're also doing that corporate engagement piece. We are working with corporations and partners to create that community of communication between corporations and entrepreneurs. Encouraging them to develop accelerators to help grow businesses. We're making sure they're participating in procurement, making sure that there's this ecosystem within itself that perpetuates it, moves it forward. So this is what we think needs, the most support right now, outside of, we decided this before COVID, so we understand that the impact of the pandemic has changed our what's important, but this is one of our focuses as well. So just know that we're listening to you. So if you come to us and you need something and we don't have it right away, we are listening to you, tracking what you're asking for, making sure that we're filling those gaps to support you and make your business grow, because we know how valuable you are. Valuable. It's 10 a.m. on the Thursday, right? And so we just worked with partners to create GEWKC to connect you to developers for your tech idea. You may not have the skill to build it, but you may have the idea. So we're working to get those developers set up in a platform where entrepreneurs can access them. So we are listening and we're trying to fill those gaps for you, because why? Because entrepreneurs are the real heroes in the community. They create the jobs that, make a community thrive. In fact, 57% of jobs created here in Kansas City are by entrepreneurs. This is down a little bit from previous projections, but with where we are right now, it's still really great. So when we're thinking about getting these big corporations coming into the community and building these offices and headquarters, it's great. But we know that that's just moving jobs. It's, transferring them to a different spot. Creating jobs and creating communities are what entrepreneurs do. And they do it so well because they disrupt industries and they solve problems that are facing the people, your neighbors, your community. So KC SourceLink is here to just be an advocate for you, to fight for you, and to connect you to the resources you need to start and grow your business. So, and people believe in you and organizations believe in you. So we're fully grant funded. So it's completely no cost to contact us. So please do. If you want to contact us, you can contact us here. If you want to contact me directly, you're welcome to do so. My email is going to be, I'm going to send this to Stephanie so she can post this. If you want to connect with me directly, it's my last name, Keller, the first initial C, at kcsourcelink.com. I'm happy to have a conversation with you about what you need and where you are. We are accessible, so there's no wrong question. We're here to listen and to see what you need and get you connected to that. So please, however I can help, I'm happy to do so. I'm used to presenting to a room of people. I thrive on questions and seeing your face and knowing what you need. So usually I take a lot of questions. Is there any questions that I can help you with at this time? All right, Michael. What does the plan include? So a personalized action plan includes a lot of different things. So since it's personalized, what we do is we take your question. So let's say, hey, I need to write a business plan and I've never written a business plan. How can I do that? We will pull some business plan templates that help you break down your business plan into parts. Then we'll connect you to one of the organizations that provide free market research databases. So that's, Square One Small Business Services, H&R Block Business Center at the Kansas City Public Library. Both of those offer these very expensive research databases at no cost. So they offer professionals to walk you through them. So you can meet with them and go over that template that we went through or that we provided. After you've done that, you have your market research and you understand the questions you need to be answering through your template. We'll connect you to a no-cost business mentor. And there are a lot of programs that provide that around the city. So there are no-cost one-on-one mentors that will sit down with you to answer your specific business questions. So yeah, we'll do that. And then, there's classes on how to write a business plan, how to do your market research. We'll connect you to those. So that's kind of what a business plan, personal action plan would look like. but they can all be different. Is the action plan the same as a business plan? No. A business plan is something that is set up for you to plan the future of your business. So if you get the template, it'll ask you it'll ask you what you're doing, why you're doing it, what your product is, what it costs, what you're going to sell it at, who's your customer, who's going to be making the decisions in your business. A business plan is the guiding living document for your specific business. It is incredible, if you're ever going to seek traditional funding through a bank, it's absolutely required. If you're not, there are different formats. So they have like a canvas where you can just go through and answer, your 3-year goals, your 5-year goals, answer, what your profits and loss is going to look like. The real deep dive questions of what your business is and how it's going to be successful. And then action plan is something that we provide for you to help you solve the problem that you're having at this moment. So those are separate. Are there any work from home jobs I can do for KC SourceLink? So I'm not sure that we have any work from home jobs currently. We are housed through the University of Kansas City, Missouri. So if you are interested in working with us, you can go to their website, the GEWKC website, and go through their job postings. Some are work from home, some are not. We do have some community organizers, so keep an eye there. But there's also other places you can look to work with entrepreneurs and others in the community. Startland has a place where you can look for jobs available. Nonprofit Connect, if you're looking to work for a nonprofit, they have some nonprofit jobs. So there are places out there. Workforce development is something that's a huge initiative to a lot of our partners. We are focused on helping people start their business and grow their business, but a lot of our partners do work in that job space. So if you have any questions, we're happy to point you in the right direction. And then Michelle, she's interested in government contracting. So yes, we do work with partners that work in that procurement space. If you are interested in doing procurement, make sure you know what your business can do. Michelle, I know that capability statement is going to be something important for you. The PTAC offices, so those are the procurement technical assistance offices, they can help you with getting those bids and going out for procurement. They do like to know that your business has had at least 1 year under your belt. You can work with some of the one-on-one mentors to work on your capability statement. So yes, we can help you get to where you need to be for government contracting. We encourage you to ask questions of the people you want to work with. So if you're going to work with the state government, federal government, local government, if you're going to work with a large corporation, know what they're looking for in a business, because each one will have their specifics. If you want to get certified, each one of them will have their preferred certification. So know which jobs you're going out for when you plan on bidding, and prepare yourself to be there and do that. But yes, we can have a conversation about what that looks like, and we can get you connected to where you need to be, whether, if you're established business and you've had some time under your belt, that may look different than if you're just getting started. Have I heard anything about drone businesses lately? Not specifically. I was going to say, sometimes we do hear of businesses that have some drone capabilities, photography and things of that nature. But overall, large incoming request of drone businesses, not necessarily. I know that that's a new business, and as new businesses happen, regulations are changing and will become applicable to different things. So you're going to want to start your business like any business. You gotta know who your customer is, who you're selling to, what you're selling, and then get yourself registered and get that all started up. But I would encourage you to talk to anyone at the city or state to understand what the liability with drone businesses may be, or what they see that being in the future. Yeah, anytime there's a new business, it usually there's some, cause and effect on what those regulations look like, and what happens moving forward. So Stephanie has been sending me your questions. I think I've answered all the ones I have here. Anything else I can help anyone with? Know that you don't have to send your question here if you don't want to, if you're nervous to do so. We understand that we are here to help you understand what you need to get you connected. So we are the people that you can't embarrass yourself in front of, because I love a good embarrassment. I like to be the one that's awkward and silly. So know that you're safe to come to us and ask us the question, even if you think it might be silly. We don't think that it is. So we're happy to help at any time. You have my personal email. You can always call us or contact us through our website or email address. And I hope you enjoy GEW. Head on over to the networking tab to get connected to the community. But outside of that, I hope you all enjoy the rest of GEW, and thank you for taking this time with me to learn about what's available. Bye.